As the Eagles and other teams fight over what Carson Wentz's trade value is, this is a great time to ask us this question. How far off are the Eagles from being Super Bowl contenders once again? You see, I think this draft is really, really important to this team. And I don't care if they draft Kyle Pitts, Devontae Smith, Penny Sewell, Jamar Chase, Patrick Surtain, Micah Parsons. What I want, more important than a position, is the best player available.
Still the cowboy, Mr. McLean. You Americans are all alike. But this time, John Wayne doesn't walk into the sunset with Grace Kelly. Scary Cooper, asshole!
Oh, Dingbat!
Oh shit! Oh shit! That was crazy!
Happy trails, Hans. Dallas still stinks. You're my doing, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you guys are doing well. So it seems like the Carson Wentz trade market is cooling down, and we know the Eagles apparently have their asking price. We know teams like Chicago Bears, a couple days ago it was reported, they're frustrated with the Eagles. Yesterday it was reported that the Indianapolis Colts, they want more in a Wentz trade. They don't just want Carson Wentz. They want either draft picks or other compensation. So you have to wonder what the Eagles really can get for Carson Wentz. I don't know. I mean, I told you before, I would be surprised if they could get a first-round pick. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. But right now, the Eagles obviously are not getting what they want. And maybe this is the quiet before the storm. You know, maybe it's getting ready to happen. That's why things are so quiet. But you got to wonder. Daniel Jeremiah, he was talking about what the Eagles possibly could get for Carson Wentz. And he said he was thinking the Eagles could get maybe like a 2021 second or third round pick, and then like a future first, like a first in 2022. And that may be something that the Eagles do. I have no idea. It's going to be very interesting. And then you have this whole thing with Russell Wilson now. Is Russell Wilson going to get traded? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But teams are definitely inquiring. So will that hurt Carson Wentz? Remember, the Eagles want to do this quick. They want to do this before March because of his contract situation. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I just hope that if they're going to go ahead and go down this route, that they get enough for him. That's the key. Because when you look at the Eagles, right, and you look at this team in general, we got to get younger. We've got to get an infusion of top-end talent on this team. This is an older team. This is a team that needs to start bringing in youth, but they got to do that by hitting the draft picks. You know, we're really hurting against the cap. We can't afford to miss on draft picks and then just go out and sign a guy in free agency. That's not going to work. This team has to hit on their draft picks. They have to, and I've been over the whole Howie thing. I'm not even going to get into it again. What I'm going to talk about is the fact that we got to hit these picks, whoever's picking them, okay? And, you know, I've been doing those Philly reacts. I was able to put out 2 more yesterday because it's kind of slow with Carson Wentz news. You know, and just reading the comments and listening to people and what they say, it's really interesting to me to see there's really like 2 kinds of perspectives. I think there are people out there who think, hey, look, the Eagles need this position. They need that position. They don't need this position, so take the position that you need. And then there are others who are like, this is the best wide receiver in the draft. This is the best guy in the draft. You take him. Okay? My personal opinion about the Eagles and this draft this year is simple. Okay? What I think the Eagles need more than anything is top-end talent. They need the best player available. You can't. I don't even care what position it is. And when I'm talking about this specifically in the first round, okay, I think this team is in such need on both sides of the ball, in such need of top-end talent, that I don't see how you pass a guy because you're going to go for a position. I don't care what position it is. I mean, look, if Penny Sewell is the best player on the board at 6, you take him. You take him. If it's Kyle Pitts, you take him. If it's Devontae Smith or Jamar Chase, you take him. If it's Micah Parsons, you take him. It doesn't matter. See, because this team, more than anything, they need talent. They need talent. I mean, we could go through this offense, right? You can go through the offensive line, right? Who's the foundational player at the offensive line? I mean, you got Brooks, but he's older. Lane Johnson, but he's older. Jordan Mailata, perhaps. Miles Sanders at running back, perhaps. Okay? But who is that guy that you know? This is the guy. This is the guy. And I think really, besides Miles Sanders, maybe Jordan Mailata if he continues to develop, and Dallas Goedert, you know, those guys are good players. They have a lot of upside, but they're not there yet. They're not there yet. And I don't see any reason why you would pass on a guy like Ja'Marr Chase sitting at 6 because you need a linebacker more than you need a wide receiver. Take the best player. If Ja'Marr Chase is the best player, take him. Take him. You need talent. This team needs top-end talent. I don't care what position. I don't care. I just want this team to have an infusion of talent. If it's Patrick Surtain at 6, get him. This team needs offensive line help. They need wide receiver help. They need another running back. They got Miles Sanders, but they still need another running back. On a defense, I still think you need another defensive end. I still think you need linebackers. You need another corner. You need safeties. This team needs talent across the board, and multiple positions aren't that good. Yes, did they draft a wide receiver last year in Jalen Reagor? Yes. But guess what? Teams play 2-3 wide receivers on the field at the same time. Okay? Hopefully Reagor develops. We'll have to see. But if Ja'Marr Chase is there and he's the best player on the board, I'm taking him. If it's Devontae Smith, I'm taking him. If it's Kyle Pitts, who is my choice at this point, I'm taking him. Penei Sewell falls, I'm taking him. I don't care. Patrick Surtain, I'm taking him. It's not a matter of what position right now. It's a matter of getting the best player available, the most talented, the most upside, the guy who's going to impact and be a foundational piece for your team for years to come. This team doesn't have it. I don't think the Eagles at 6 have the luxury to say, well, we need this position or we need that position. No, you need the best player available because this team, any really talented player on this team, most of them are older. Most of them are older. So we got to hit. That's how you get out of this mess. That's how you become Super Bowl contenders. You got to hit on the draft. I don't think the Eagles are going to be Super Bowl contenders next year. Not unless Jalen Hurts plays like at MVP level, which I'm rooting for. You know, or the Eagles keep Carson Wentz. He comes in and he returns the form of 2017. But even then, there's so many holes on this team. I think the Eagles need to focus at 6 on the best player available. If they get 2 first rounds, let's say they get 6 and 20, best player availables. You know, best players on the board. That's what this team needs, an infusion of top-end talent. That is more important than drafting by position. Or, you know what I mean? Say, well, we've not had a good linebacker in years. Let's get Micah Parsons. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. I'm not taking a guy. Let's say Micah Parsons on the board and Ja'Marr Chase is on the board. And Ja'Marr Chase is way above my rankings, way above Micah Parsons. I'm not taking Parsons. I'm taking Ja'Marr Chase. Does that mean I took too many receivers over the last few years? Yeah, but so be it. If I would have hit on the other ones, then I wouldn't have had to take him. But I didn't. I missed out on Justin Jefferson's. I missed out on DK Metcalf's. You can't afford that. That kills you. Okay? And when you miss on draft picks, what happens is then teams have to go out and spend money in free agency to mask that and hide the picks that they missed. And then when you keep missing picks, you keep signing free agents, and eventually you hit cap walls and you get $50-something million over the cap is where we're at. The only way out of it is to draft. And I don't see this as a one-year thing. I think the Eagles it's going to take them 2 years to really come back. 2 years of good drafting, and this team could be ready to go. So I'm telling you, if it's me, and when I look at the board and I do these Philly React videos, I am open to anybody as long as they're the best player on the board. That's all I care about, because this team needs talent across the board. They need talent at wide receiver. They need talent in defense, at linebacker, corner, defensive line. I mean, you got guys who are getting older. You need talent, and that's the most important thing. So hopefully, I don't know what's going to happen with Carson Wentz, but hopefully if they do trade him, and I wouldn't trade him, I always say this, but if they're going to trade him, get a lot for him and hit on the picks. Now, do you have confidence in Howie Roseman hitting on the picks? Who the hell does? I don't think anybody, I haven't heard anybody say, yeah, I'm confident in him making the picks. None of us are. But regardless, this is how you get out of it. If you want to know how to get out of the situation and be a Super Bowl contender again, you have to hit on your picks. And you have to get an infusion of top-end talent. If the Eagles do that, they do that, they'll be back again within 2 years. They'll be competitors again. But they got to hit on these picks. And it starts at number 6. You can't miss this pick. You have to hit on it. And it has to be the best player on the board, however that falls. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.